Hello everyone, what's up? Welcome back to the Mummy Logic, जहाँ मेरी Indian mother और मैं आपके साथ unfiltered conversations करते हैं. Today is our season 1's very last finale episode. और आप लोग की काफ़ी ज़्यादा questions भी थे हर episode में, so we asked you all on one community post and you'll have some really good questions for both of us. मम्मी और मेरे individually भी है और साथ में भी है, so we are going to dive into those questions today. Lots of different topics that we will be able to cover in that. So if you're interested, of course, stay tuned. Before we head into the podcast, I would like to thank our wardrobe partners, the Loom, that have provided such beautiful outfits for us throughout the season. They are so elegant, so comfortable. All the links हमारे outfits के हमेशा description box में आपको मिल जाएंगे. And I would also like to thank Shure for partnering with us for our mics. These are the best mics for podcasts in the industry, and you, of course, can hear us very clearly on all audio platforms. It's all thanks to Shure. With that, let's dive straight into this. सबसे पहला question is from who says, "Hey, big fan Sarah Di and auntie की तो बात ही अलग है. I wanted to ask how you deal with toxic friends or relatives. How do you control yourself from overthinking in a situation? I've been watching each and every video. Just amazing, good going. Thank you so much." Thank you so much for all the love. Which one do you want to take? Toxic relatives? How do you control yourself from
Dealing
how do you deal with them?
toxic relatives,
Yeah.
no? Yeah, you should just maintain silence. Don't answer them, because when you give answers to the questions which you are not comfortable, then it raises more doubts, more questions come up, and then eventually, it leads to an argument. So to
Okay.
avoid that, I would suggest, minimalistic talking. Don't interfere too much.
Don't interact with them.
Don't interact. Yeah, minimalistic talking, not interacting. And if you really love that relative, or if you have a close bonding with that relative, if you are obliged to that relative, then probably you can try to clear the differences, or try to explain, have a conversation with that relative, and try to explain, like, why is the relationship so sour.
Okay.
Like,
what about that person is particularly toxic, I would say, because
yes,
like with me, when I've dealt with toxic friends, I've given them chances. Like in my head, I know certain things are like absolutely not okay. Certain things I will let go.
Yeah.
So those certain things which are absolutely not okay, I'll talk about it. But if that person continues to do those soft triggers towards me,
Yes.
maybe
You come to know, no?
yeah,
The
you come to know that
vibes
person is toxic.
yes,
Because
yes.
मेरे साथ ऐसा हुआ था, like school में there used to be friends who used to want to be my best friends, but only because I was famous in school, like or whatever, popular in school, or I was doing well in studies, so they wanted my help in studies. But at the same time, they would always chabi lagao me in the wrong way, or rub against me in the wrong way, or if I won something, they would compete against me and not talk to me. Like that was very toxic. कि तुम friend हो कि competitor हो, like you don't come to know. I of course gave them fair chances till I understood this friendship was not worth it, and then I sort of friends, so you can cut off from your life. I think
yes.
relatives, I think the silent approach is then better.
It's just that it leaves a very bad impact on your life. That
Of course, but then every type of person, like you said,
Yeah.
always walks into your life.
Yeah, and then you get to learn that, oh yeah, these type means it becomes like an experience for you, and then this type of people also do exist,
Of
who
course,
who
yeah.
can who can never be good to you or good to anyone. So it's either you cut them off from your life, or you try to, if they are really important, you can try to clear the differences. It's not easy
But
to
till a certain time, because it's okay to keep clearing differences, but then ऐसा हो जाता है कि अपने को वो friend इतना पसंद है या रिश्तेदार इतना पसंद है, शायद ही उनके लिए हम उतने मायने रखते हो. So you keep making the effort, but it's not coming from the other side.
It
And
should be two-sided.
Yeah, you have to make the
it should be
line.
two-sided. But then sometimes it happens, like, relatives think too smart of themselves, or they are like they feel that, oh, why should, that ego always comes in between. We are elder than them, or we are superior to them. We have, why should we bow ourselves to them? We don't need them. We have everything. So that fact also helps to what you say, that is also one point where it leads to a misunderstanding that I am better than them.
So those are toxic relatives.
Yeah,
That's
those
why
are
you cut off, or
exactly,
you like let
yes,
them go.
those are toxic relatives. At the end of the day, we need them in our life, no, for some purpose or the other.
I think if they are so ऐसे रिश्तेदार मम्मी कितना भी उन लोग के लिए कर लो, उन लोग जब अपने को गरज होती है तो उन लोग नहीं आएंगे. ऐसे रिश्तेदारों के लिए अपने को हमेशा ऐसा लगता है कि अपने को वो लोग चाहिए तो अपन रिश्ता निभाते जाते, बट कभी मेरे को तो आज तक ऐसा किसी ने नहीं अच्छे से ट्रीट करके I've never felt like I needed that person in a bad timing. There are some people that you need to mend relationships with, like there are questions about how we mend our relationship and how in the first episode we spoke about how things were different before and how we mend our relationships. These relationships are valuable, that's why we mend it. Like yours and mine and papa's and mine and all these relationships are indispensable.
This is the core family.
This is the core family. These are the people you cannot cut off ties with because you will need them. But I don't think you need those relatives and friends who are so झूठे मुंह का, like वो लोग नहीं ही काम आएंगे तुम्हारी लाइफ में और ऐसे चाहिए ही नहीं.
They are very what you say temporary relatives. Yeah, they are just for sweet times. They are never there in your this bad phase of life.
Yeah.
Or in your difficult times.
One very good question: how people without kids must age. Your and your mom's views on managing money and investing. I think money management हम लोग वैसे भी करने वाले थे एक अलग एपिसोड में, शायद आपको सीजन 2 में देखने मिलेगा. But this is a very good question on how people without kids must age. Something emptiness syndrome के बाद भी लोगों ने बहुत पूछा था. What are your views? Because मेरे तो views ही नहीं हो सकते.
If you don't have kids and how when you age,
Yes.
right? So when you don't have kids and you age, you develop relations like with strangers. Like there are people, like maybe in your office you have friends, or you have your nieces, nephews, or you have like distant relatives, kids, who because you don't have kids you develop a relation with them. And nevertheless you have your partner with you where your relation is so close, like because you are in each other's company all the while, maybe you are very closely bound to each other, and then you are
live your best life. I would say.
live your not best life. Without kids is never there, but I would say
never there. I think everybody's very personal choice. I mean, if they, I think, not had kids, it must have been a personal choice at some level. So
see, every phase of life brings you some joy.
Yeah.
Okay. So
and also some unhappiness.
Yes, it brings
There's
you joy.
always
and
two sides of the.
Yes. So if you have kids, that phase of life, what you enjoy, maybe you are deprived of that, right? But then you don't have any responsibilities towards the kids. But then you can live your best life. You can do everything with your partner. Then you have your nieces, nephews who are as good as your own kids. You treat them as your
basically
kids.
have them till they are good.
Yes.
Don't
be so mean. That's so selfish of you.
Ishan. Basically take Ishan when he's in his best, just उठा हुआ face.
That's too mean of you.
Cranky हो जाता है तब तक वापस दे देने का. The best is hiring and rent basis पे बच्चा मिल जाता. This is the best, I think.
Today's Gen Z probably wants that only. Understood? भाड़े का बच्चा ले लो.
I think it's the best. You only get the kid in the best portion of his day. And then whenever he's cranky or sleepy and all, bring him back.
So he'll also treat you only the best portion of your life.
Perfect with me. I was telling my mother today only कि मम्मी मेरे को हमेशा ये लाइन मारती थी, हम लोग कमा क्यों रहे तुम्हारे लिए, हम कमा क्यों रहे तुम्हारे लिए. आज मैंने मम्मी को बोली मैंने कुछ बहुत महंगी चीज़ खरीदी या अपने लिए कर रही हूँ, तो मैं मम्मी को बोली मैं ऐसा नहीं बोल सकती ना कि मैं कमा क्यों रही हूँ तुम्हारे लिए, मैं कमा क्यों रही हूँ अपने लिए. तो मैं अपने लिए महंगी चीजें खरीद सकती हूँ. So that's also the joy of not having kids, I must say. Please talk about adulting, as today's generation is facing difficulties in dealing with it.
Adulting
in the broad spectrum of things. I would also like to hear what are your 2 cents, mother, because I am having a very hard time
in adulting.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's your choice, right? You have chosen to live separate. You have chosen to adult at a very young age. You were so ambitious. You wanted to do so many things. So you took it upon you. Some things you can let go, no? It's not,
I let go of so much. It's not even funny how much
okay. Even that I find is too less for your mental stability, for your sanity, because when you adult, that means you have begun the process of aging. And there's always a frown on your brow because there's so much to tackle that you are not able to handle it. So with maturity...
But if I take it at a younger age, or if it comes to me in my 30s, everybody has to face and deal with it. Like, let's not talk about me and talk in general. I chose upon my 20s only to bring all these problems on myself. It's my choice. I'm living with it. But eventually, if I wouldn't have done it at my 20s, I would have to deal with it in my 30s or
Yeah, but
40s
then
or whenever.
at 30s you would have been more matured, no? So you should know to draw the boundaries. You should know कि ठीक है, glass टूट गया, let go. Plate टूट गई, let go. So like some things you should just.
I let go of so much, but it's
No,
like
I'm
it
not talking about your
constantly.
personal life. I am talking in general. कि there are
I'm
some
sorry.
things. आज खाना नहीं बना घर में, कोई बात नहीं, चलेगा, बाहर से मंगा लो. Like there are some things which can be done without taking a stress on.
Yeah.
But when it is your personal life, it is your family life, that priority you have to face. Means that priority you have to keep in mind and you have to work on that. But if it is other materialistic things or other things which are not important and they can be postponed to a later date, you should definitely postpone it. That's my advice.
That's your
Yeah.
advice for
Or
adulting.
adulting, yes.
I think for me, mummy has mainly said let go, let go, let go. Like because घर में छोटी चीज होती है ना, जब से मैं अकेली रहने लगी हूँ, like mom pointed out, I get bothered. Like if my carpet is now my recent most this is my carpet is stone. So I'm like, I just moved into this house, just got this carpet and it's stone. I give it in laundry, it's come back tone. So ऐसे रोज कुछ ना कुछ होता है. Like every day something happens and I have to keep letting go of things that I have bought with my money. इतना आज से मैं ये घर बनाई हूँ तो like वो चुभता तो है, तो कितना भी I let go, it's kind of like nagging in my head, and the more I push things back, the more they all surface then when something bigger happens, you know. So
But then that is only the cause of you not being healthy, you not being well.
yeah, but then that's how my brain is, you know. So sometimes I feel like so much people tell me कि इतना मत कर, but people don't understand कि हर इंसान अलग होता है and every person requires a different kind of stimulation to do a different kind of thing. If I would have been in a corporate job today, I possibly wouldn't have had the responsibilities and the stress of being in a corporate job, of managing so many people and all. But I also would have been extremely unhappy because I know how I am and I like the stress of, I function best under stress. I even exams मुझे पसंद नहीं थी, but I wanted to do well, and so I used to study. Like it's always that I need a cause and a reason. Like if I don't have the cause, I won't work, like. So I also have friends who are in corporate and they are very happy being there, but उन लोग के भी स्ट्रेस होते हैं, उन लोग को भी डेडलाइंस होता है, प्रोजेक्ट सबमिशंस वगैरह होता है, और मुझे पता है कि उनकी लाइफ कैसी है. तो वो जानने के बाद आई एम जस्ट लाइक कि आई थिंक ये मतलब सभी को स्ट्रेस होता है, किसको नहीं होता है स्ट्रेस घर का या तो काम का. तो आई एम लाइक मेरी ज़िंदगी के मुझे पसंद है, कोई और शायद नहीं संभाल पाए बट मैं संभाल लूँगी. मैं अपने आप को
You are
लिटरली वो
multitasked and you have now today you have molded yourself according to the
molded
requirement.
myself.
Yeah, according to the need of the hour. But see, now you are young. Till 30 I can say you are still very young, your this is very high, adrenaline rush is very high. But after 30 then you start counter checking yourself कि is it worth that I'm putting in so many hours of work, not giving any time for myself? Is it worth? Then you start questioning yourself. I'm taking so much of anxiety in my old age. Is this going to benefit me? How am I going to endure my old age?
Right.
Like with time, I always told you that you are already aging very fast. You're taking too much of headache on your head, and for small reasons you're getting so bothered, which is not worth it. So it's not that I'm saying let go, but what is not in your capacity, if someone else is doing the blunder, you can't help it. Like last time Ishan visited my house, he took this ruler and he banged on the TV. I showed you, there was a dent in the TV, but I didn't say anything because it's okay, it doesn't make any difference.
Yeah.
So for things
What's
like
not
which,
in your
yeah,
control, you
what's not
should,
in your
yeah.
control, you should just ignore and let go. That's how you have to
I just don't like the feeling of have to paying the price for somebody's blunder. I think I'm still learning that. In one part of adulting is like when you take responsibility for people, it's not just like, okay, I might be good at my job, but if somebody else is not good at something, also I have to take responsibility for it. If they mess up, also I have to
But
take
then we have
responsibility.
to do it, no? Then see, suppose you keep a maid and they are washing the utensils, they tend to break so many utensils. If they are not washing it, then you have to wash it. It's like that, no?
Adulting पे काफी conversation हो सकता है, but let's move on to the next question. Somebody's asked, आप डॉक्टर नहीं बने, content creator और business woman बन गए, तो आपकी मम्मी का क्या reaction था?
सही बोलू कि
सही
झूठ बोलू?
बोलो, झूठ क्यों बोलोगी?
नहीं, फिर तू मेरे को गुस्सा तो नहीं
नहीं
करेगी
नहीं,
ना
क्यों गुस्सा करो?
कि तूने ऐसा क्यों बोली करके?
नहीं नहीं,
क्या बोलूं?
सही बोलो, क्या रिएक्शन था?
कुछ नहीं.
Let go.
नहीं, मैं बहुत दुखी हो गई थी
Yes.
क्योंकि मैं एक्चुअली चाहती थी कि तू डॉक्टर बने. सही में बोलती हूँ, आज मैं बोल रही हूँ. और वो जो तेरा एम्बिशन था डॉक्टर बनने का, बचपन से था, मालूम है?
तुम क्या रोने वाली हो? क्या हो गया? क्या हो गया? ये क्वेश्चन में क्यों रो रही हो? इतना तुम दुखी हुई कि मैं डॉक्टर नहीं बनी? तो क्या मैं छोड़ देती हूँ ये सब, मैं बन जाती हूँ? क्या हो गया माँ?
सारे पल याद आ गए ना कि कितनी मुश्किल थी जो देखो पढ़ाने का, कैसे कैसे हम लोग ने, मतलब तूने भी कितनी मेहनत की, और मतलब एक एक दिन उस बात का था कि टू बिकम अ डॉक्टर, मतलब ये दैट वाज योर एम्बिशन. फिर from going to mind setters, driving you till mind setters, and every day was like a task, because we were working, and out from the work we had to remove our time, and I used to come drop you to classes, bring you from classes, like to save your time in the car also you used to study, and so like we contributed to your becoming a doctor. So I felt very emotional. Your content creation, we didn't contribute anything. It was your doing. So you had started content creation as a hobby, and eventually it started, remuneration started getting generated, and then you started also counted this reacting that my parents will be alone, and giving that a second thought, and pandemic set in and all that, like your and this career path changed. But we didn't object then, because that was giving you happiness, and you were always creative as a child also. So that creation started started giving you the output and rewards. So that then we accepted what gave you joy, rather than I also forced you to take up OT, and you did for a month or so, but then you were not happy because you couldn't balance yourself with two jobs. But but then we accepted what was giving you joy.
I think I put a lot of effort in studying, no doubt. I wanted to do that since a child, and I'm very happy and proud that I did it. That I didn't
you
leave
completed
it.
your degree now. That is commendable. In spite of your illness, now I'm always proud of the moment that you did not find an excuse ki I am sick, so I cannot continue. It was a very easy way for you to tell us, or for that I cannot study because I'm sick, and I'm just going to discontinue. You could have done that, because we would have not said anything. You were sick, but then you still pushed yourself, gave the exams, completed your degree. That was a very commendable thing what you did, and every day going till came, traveling in so much of health issues also. That was really great. That was nice of you to complete your degree. So that's it.
I think that I never look back at my degree missing it, but I cherish it. Like, if I wouldn't have gone through whatever I went through in Mindsetters, I wouldn't have got to KEM. If I wouldn't have got to KEM, I wouldn't have had those 4.5 years. Those 4.5 years were some of the best years of my life.
Yes.
KEM gave me so much. It gave me the best experience, the best, I'm trying not to cry, like, the best memories. Everything. Like, my best friends, and just everything came from KEM. So my med school days were some of the best days of my life. I
Nice.
will never, I think वो जो youth बोलते हैं ना लोग जीने का, I have lived. Like I studied, I had the best teachers, I had amazing staff, everything was amazing. तो वो journey of life तो मेरे को मतलब वो लिखा ही था. मतलब मेरा I feel like मेरी life में तो everything feels like it's not my doing. It's like an overpowering, like I believe that God has
had,
this
yes.
ultimate plan in my life.
Yes.
Okay, you had to do this, then you had to do this. Like I fell sick, so my MBBS seat went. My OT, like I was meant to meet Pooja and Roshni. I was meant to be in KEM. I wanted
That
to
is
always be in
destiny
KEM. Like I
carved,
should pray
yes.
only that. I remember my prayers during the full 2 साल 11th and 12th में only used to pray for KEM. But I should never pray for the degree in
Degree,
KEM.
हाँ.
I should just say मेरे को KEM में रहना, मेरे को KEM में रहना. I thought ऊपर वाला समझ जाएगा by default कि मेरे को MBBS KEM में रहना.
Because the professors at this mindsetters only aimed at KEM. Now their first priority was always KEM.
It was the best. It is the best college in Maharashtra. तो उससे and मुझे ऐसा लगा MBBS तो मुझे मिल जाएगा, मैं इतनी मेहनत कर रही हूँ, हो जाएगा. That sickness I did not anticipate. But still the universe, God gave me what I asked for. He still gave me
your
KEM.
medical degree also.
And KEM. Like that KEM was very important to me. Like it was the best thing that ever happened to me. And I'm still friends with literally all of my friends from KEM. Everybody, even the MBBS people, like I met the best people at KEM. So I think yeah, so many people do MBBS and then do MBA also.
Yeah.
So
then they
I just want to tell myself that I'm one of them. I didn't do a degree after that, but I did something. But I did not know you were so sad, mother.
I was not sad, but I wanted you to do medicine only. No, मेरा वो पहले से ही वो
after 30, when you said after 30, I'll get tired of all this. I'll shut everything. Then I'll go back to my degree. So sad. Please don't end the podcast. I know you'll come up with something nice. We will definitely come up with season 2. We have so much in mind.
And we'll bring some more innovative strategies. Yes.
Strategies. मम्मी ने अभी बहुत strategize करने लगे हैं podcast के बाद. बोलती views एकदम कम आ रहे तो हम ऐसा करते हैं, हम वैसा करते हैं. Mummy is now the main strategist over here. But yeah, we're not stopping the show. We're just giving it a break because we don't want to exhaust and pakao y'all. हम गप्पे लड़ाने नहीं तो नहीं बैठे इधर. How to start making money as a student without investment? As a student, isn't it too early to try to make money?
It depends which year the child is in.
Student matlab you're like degree college student or you're school wala student?
You can do part time. You can do so many things. In part time you can write blogs and you can do this. What is that? You can help assist not intern as such, but you can assist so many. What is that?
Internships actually are the right thing to do.
Yeah, but internship you're not degree paid, or right?
No, some like we pay.
But
some people pay internships, some people don't. But you can get like a stipend amount wala internship basic because internships will help you
choose your career. Yeah, which you
understand.
are good at.
Exactly. Like internships allow you to get experience in different streams. You can try media, you can try writing, you can try ऑर्गेनाइजेशन मैनेजमेंट सब कुछ ट्राई कर सकते हो इंटर्नशिप के डेज में, क्योंकि मेरे फ्रेंड्स ने बहुत सारी इंटर्नशिप्स की थी. उन लोग मास मीडिया वाले बच्चे स्पेशली, यू हैव सो मच स्कोप. आई नो आई एम गोइंग वेरी नीश विद दैट, बट mass media in general is such a broad spectrum degree which is much in demand today, but that has so many different things, right from filming to editing to writing blogs to so many different things. And my friends in mass media did everything का internship during their college days. तो उन लोगों को फिर फाइनली समझा कि हमको क्या करना है और क्या अच्छा लगता है. They were all unpaid internships, not from a money making point, but it added so much to their CV.
Extra feather in the cap.
Yeah, that their opening job salary was only a very good one because these people had experience and discipline both. So I see that in employees, like mainly you should have some sort of experience and discipline to work. These two are very important. So I think more than thinking of money as a student, you should try to add those feathers so that when you actually start making money, it's good money. Somebody said, does she still talk Mangalorean? Does auntie still talk Mangalorean Konkani? If so, tell her mostu mog tumka dev bare karu tumse. Okay, this much I cannot even say. Can you read this?
Which? देव बरे करो तुमका आणि तुमच्या कुटुंबाक.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
Okay.
Is this like a patent blessing?
Yes. देव बरे करो तुमका.
How to take your own stand as a mother?
First of all, you have to be confident that you are right.
Right.
And even if you're wrong, you have to say you are right. Because the world is definitely not going to claim that you are right.
Right.
Understood? So you have
Yeah, I'm
to
claiming that you're right.
you have to prove that whatever you are saying is accepted by those people who are trying to put you in the box. So that's it. Like,
Stand up for
stand up for yourself, and no matter, maybe you are wrong, but at that point of time you try to.
This is my mother's brilliant strategy. Yeah? She fights with us even if she's wrong. So I thought say don't listen to her on this. Because मम्मी का गलत भी होगी ना पूरा झगड़ा वगड़ा करके कभी मैं गलत होती नहीं हूँ मम्मी
मैं
का
गलत नहीं होती हूँ.
And now what she gives us all these years you all put me down, so now I'm right in everything. So now this is her brilliant strategy that now whatever she's saying is right. Okay, somebody's asked, what does success mean to you? I think she's asked a lot of questions, but I would ask you, what does success mean to you?
Success means having a good night's sleep, having 3 meals on the table served by someone where you don't have to go and take from the kitchen. Having a comfortable life, in short, having a family with you. Maybe not with you, but having a good family, having a vacation once a year. That's what success is. Like having the basic amenities of life, not luxury items, not Dior or Louis Vuitton bags. I don't want that.
How to convince, this is a case on case basis, not our personal question. How to convince a single father for going to another city for studies? Being a girl, I have a lot of responsibility like household chores and taking care of family members and many more things. And I'd love to do that. So should I continue doing that and study something else which is possible in my locality, or should I try to convince them?
Convincing the father, no, to go into
single father,
yeah. I don't know. I feel you can take a chance. Your father is still very young, so maybe
we don't know that.
Just if she's going on a for studies, that means he's still young, no? He'll be in 40s or 45, whatever age gap he is. If your father is still young, and you can talk it out with your father, ask his permission, see what he has to say. And
I feel like she's only in a boat right now.
Yeah, so that's what she is. Like, she should talk it out with her father and show him, explain to him all the avenues, like all the avenues which are available in that particular city, and try to not convince. You can try to convince him also if you are confident that there is a better prospect in a different city, and so that he can he will understand you. If he has understood you all these years, then definitely he will understand you, and he will not refuse you or deny you from going abroad.
Not abroad. I think she just wants to go to a different city.
So to for your career or this education,
and you can always come back.
I think.
You can come back. If you don't like it, you can always come back, because I feel most important when you're going away from home is to not put that pressure on yourself that I will like it in this new locality, my life will be better, I will make it. Like, I think that pressure sort of kind of puts you under that mental health problems when you go to a foreign country or just to a new city and you tell yourself कि नहीं मुझे तो बना ही लेना है मेरा करियर इधर, मुझे यहीं पे रहना पड़ेगा. अगर ये सब डालो अपने पे प्रेशर तो फिर बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है. And then when you have to go back, you feel like I've failed at life because I've gone back. When you're going, you have to go with an open mind. Even if you're going, that it's okay, I will study and come back. I might go there and not like it also and then want to come back. Like, all these options should be open. Allow yourself to experience this just for the sake of life experience. If your life picks up and that's what you're meant to do, then you can probably convince your family even further. And
now there are so many teenagers who are coming to Bombay for higher education, but they have so many disappointments in Bombay, no proper house to stay, they are homesick and all that. So it's not that everything is like a
Rosy.
cakewalk or
Yeah.
rosy, and it's beautiful. You have to face all the hardships. So try to convince your family, your relatives, and chores and all that. The family will manage, they will keep
वही ना
help.
कुछ solution निकल
Solution
आएगा
निकल
उसके
ही
लिए.
जाता है, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि नहीं निकलता है.
Hmm.
But you have to be practical. You also have to see from your perspective whether you are going to be successful going into a new city, new state,
Yeah.
or wherever you plan to go, because every city has a difficult this.
Especially the bigger cities.
Yeah, bigger
Bigger the
cities.
city, bigger the problem.
Yes. So you have to be accepting and open to all of that.
Hmm. This question is for you. How did you come up with Sarah and Sabrina's names? What is that face you're making?
Just randomly, no?
What do you mean you gave it no thought?
नहीं.
मम्मी सच्ची में तुम्हारे बच्चों के नाम से लोग कितना सोचते हैं मालूम है?
आज के जमाने में सोचते, हमारे जमाने में नहीं सोचते थे.
ऐसा कुछ भी जो नाम पहले मन में आया कुछ तो सोची होगी ना. How good it feels that my mother didn't even think to name me.
No, Sarah is a biblical also name, and it is in the Quran also, no?
That
Yeah, so Sarah I knew, like, so Sabrina's time तो I did not think उन्हीं. Sabrina के टाइम पे ना सारे names लेकर आए थे लिख के. तो फिर उसमें से मैंने चूज की थी. रोजलिन था, फिर क्या क्या नाम थे सब, इना पीना बिना सब था. I was very young that time ना, इतना नाम का वो नहीं था. मैंने बहुत वो किया था.
But Sabrina's name is also in the Bible and Quran.
Yeah, I know. That's why I chose that name ना.
अच्छा, okay. So that was your criteria.
Yeah.
Okay. Something to she thought. Not a lot. My name, you literally, where you heard it somewhere?
Yeah, so Sarah was a very common name ना. सचिन तेंदुलकर की बेटी का नाम भी सारा था.
Give up मेरा life. Good Sabrina never asked you to name her son.
No, she asked me.
But what you give? You
I
made
didn't
a
give.
list there? What you said?
I didn't say only. I'm very bad at names.
Oh God.
I don't think too much.
That's the problem. You should, I think.
I don't want to think. Why I should rack my brains?
To name
History,
your children.
geography, सोच के
To name your children, mummy.
Children का बात हो गया. अभी हो गए. Children बड़े हो गए. Sarah is a very what you say, a holy name. Sarah is the wife of Prophet Abraham, I think. And
She's not sure. Huh?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Don't quote us on this. Now she's trying to justify जो
No,
नाम
no.
उसने
तभी-
casually दे दी. मस्ती है अभी वो justify कर रही है.
Sarah no, is the wife of Prophet Abraham.
Yes, Sarah was the wife of Abraham. Oh
Yeah, I knew. So you just cut.
I genuinely thought मम्मी कुछ भी चिपका रही है अभी मेरे को.
वो नेम का और बोलो तेरे को.
हाँ.
फिर सारा हम लोग ने नेम किए, सारा वो सब हो गया. बेचारी नानी ने एस का लॉकेट भी लेकर आए, सब किए. देन यू वर सो स्टबन, मतलब यू आर क्राइंकी फॉरएवर क्राइंग, लाइक इतना रोती थी ना. एक महीना
You
हुआ.
only said wife of Abraham was also stubborn. Then you knew na
Yeah.
while naming only.
So you were like crying for like nights also you used to cry. So people said after 40 days, no, the child changes the behavior. So you wait. Don't this. Then I waited for 40 days, but still you didn't stop. Then after that, after 40 days, like whole night you used to cry, and so loudly you used to cry. पता नहीं 1 month के बच्चे का इतनी आवाज कहाँ से आती थी. ईशान बेचारा छोटा था तो इतनी सॉफ्ट उसकी आवाज थी.
Please, mummy.
Now Ishan was soft, right?
She's asking the set.
Ishan
No.
was very soft. No,
तुम
of
लोगों को
course.
क्या मालूम?
Ishan
नहीं.
was very soft. My mother said he's pap. Okay.
Your mother is saying so. What she's heard.
Okay. So then finally we everybody decided चल इसका नाम ही बदली कर देते. नाम बदली करने से भी बहुत फर्क पड़ जाता है बच्चे में.
अच्छा.
तो
New I'm getting to learn all this. I didn't know.
Yeah, because we never sat and spoke anytime. Then we decided your name Alia. Then we did Alia. Then my mother went and brought a locket.
Really? कहाँ है ये सब gold? जायदाद मेरी किधर है?
वो S देके उसको बोली एक
एक तो ये माइक के साथ बराबर हंस भी नहीं सकती।
फिर वो घर पे आई, फिर हम लोग ने एक दो दिन ही ऐसा एक्सपेरिमेंट किए कि कुछ फर्क होगा कि नहीं होगा. लेट अस जस्ट सी ना देन लाइक हाउ यू whether you're stopping to cry or no, because your crying was a big issue. तो कहीं से भी चुप हो जावे ना, तो you didn't stop crying. Then again when Nani she gave the A and she went. Again when she gave, I don't know, take this. And it's Sarah only.
How is that like this? Where is that locket?
What?
Where is that locket? I
S
don't
का
know. हाँ.
पता नहीं, कहीं होगा बैंक के लॉकर में.
My question, if children make mistakes, then elders or parents scold them, make them understand. What if parents or elders make mistake, maybe a major impacting one, then what should children do? Also,
Children can try to explain to their parents that they have made a mistake, like how you always try to put me down and tell me that I made a
don't put
mistake.
you over there.
No, you don't put me down, but you always ended up like I have made a mistake. You always
This is a
confront
very
me,
targeting.
Mom, you have made a mistake. Okay,
I
but I
never
don't care.
say made a mistake, but you talk basically. I think children need to understand कि parents का भी पहली बार है जिंदगी जीने का. This is their trial run also. They have not had one trial run before y'all. They didn't have other kids that they brought up and now they are part 2, round 2 with y'all. So they are also trying their best, and a lot of people feel like they are doing their best. अभी बस हुआ, हम लोग जितना कर रहे हैं more than enough है. So you can have a conversation with them. I think it's
and
that's
you
the
show
only
the
way.
parent that what they have done is wrong, or it can lead to some problems in the family, or something like which
Yeah.
cannot it will adversely affect everyone's life, or maybe their personal life, or whatever it is. Like if someone is going to be affected by by the mistake what the parents have done, and you can talk it out. Talking is always a solution, and if you can't talk it out, then maybe you can this what is that parents also should accept the fact that
Yeah.
they are learning from the
Yes.
kids.
This is very important.
Yeah, the parents, like, you learn so much from today's Gen Z. Like, you take all the things what you want to learn from the Gen Z. So sometimes you should realize, you should put yourself into their shoes and realize that what they are also trying to show you or trying to explain to you
Is a new world.
is a new world. It's evolving, and you also should amend your ways.
Yeah.
So then there is harmony in the house. There's that love and
Yeah.
respect is always there, rather than confronting others for advice or something like that.
Makes sense. Yeah, listen to your own children rather to the relatives. I will always,
yes.
because I feel like so many parents go to their relatives and rishtedar for advice on how to parent. Ask your children what kind of parents they want.
They
ना for
want,
them.
yeah,
You're
exactly.
the parent of that child. तुम्हारी बुआ चाचा चाची के बच्चे अलग है और तुम्हारे बच्चे अलग है. तो trying to identify that is very important. Something my mother also learned much later, because she used to run to other relatives for advice on how to bring us up when her kids were very different to their kids. And when she started talking to us, I think all our problems became
yeah.
so.
And I learned a lot of things
Yeah.
from y'all, ki how the generation today wants their parents. They want more discussions with their parents,
Yeah,
right?
just having a conversation. Like we do with our friends, we talk with our friends everything. हम सब बताते क्या खाए क्या किए. व्हाट्सएप स्नैपचैट पे सब अपडेट हो जाता है. माँ बाप नहीं है ये सब ऐप्स पे, उन लोग स्नैपचैट पे नहीं है, उन लोगों को नहीं पता तुम हर मिनट हर सेकंड क्या कर रहे हो. तो आई व्हाट्सएप माय मदर एंड टेल हर, मम्मी आई वेंट टू एन इवेंट, दिस हैपेंड, दिस वन केम, दिस फुल. जो मैं इंस्टाग्राम स्टोरी पे डालती हूँ मम्मी को पूरा डाउनलोड देती हूँ, just to have that conversation with her and keep that
You can bridge the
relationship.
gap,
Yeah, relationship with my mother. Even if I've had a fight with her in the afternoon, I'm literally sitting right now and having a podcast with her. So it's like it's not the end of the world, having a conversation with your parents. You should
It's
always
always
be
healthy. It's
always
always
healthy.
healthy.
It's always,
Yes.
you should
And
always
then
be up
children
for
do
it.
not seek outside for any comfort. Then they seek comfort with you because they know this is the safe zone. So I can approach my mother. I can tell her everything, and whatever comfort they need, they get it from you. Give her a hug. Give the child a hug or the parent a hug. So the all the conflicts are resolved in a
Yeah.
better manner, right?
I think आज के लिए this will be the last question. As a mom of a 16-year-old and 8-year-old, I feel sometimes they are over providing. Maybe it's to make up for the restrictions we had as kids ourselves. I got toys or new clothes only on occasions, but today's kids have
True.
too much, and I feel they
Yes.
don't value the gifts they
Yes.
get. How do
Yes.
you get off the mom guilt? Do you agree to her?
Yeah, I completely agree to her. Today's kids are like, because we are working, or because we are not able to give time to the kids, so we compensate that by buying them all the
Things.
things, toys and clothes and everything. And they also, there's so much of what you say, competition among the kids also, what they possess and what they don't possess, that even if we deprive them by not giving, then they are like feeling deprived, that that person has, that child has this, that child has that. And it's like,
But the competition is
competition is
endless.
endless competition.
Hmm.
But you should draw the boundaries. You should know, like, because
Yeah,
this is never going to end. Today
exactly.
they have, their demands are very small.
Mm-hmm.
You pamper them with toys and books and all of that, but then as they grow bigger, then their wants are much more bigger, much more higher.
Hmm.
Probably you will be able to provide them, but every time circumstances are not the same, no?
Hmm.
So you have to know when to give them and when not to give them. And also it could be a motivating factor, that if you keep some this in mind, that some achievement you are gifting them something and all that, so they are also motivated to achieve something in life, some goal in life.
Hmm.
That was always my
Yeah, this
funda.
is what mummy used to do. Come
Yes.
first, I will buy you this Barbie doll.
Yes.
Come, if you don't come first, I should not get anything. So I used to want that Barbie doll, and I used to have like a
Yes, award and reward,
award and
yeah.
reward kind of
Yes.
system. So I
Yeah,
should
so
get whatever I want, but I also excelled like that.
so that is also one thing, like, where you can ask, get your children to achieve, like, or excel in their studies or in whatever activities they pursue. Then you know
Mm-hmm.
correct.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I think that as I wouldn't say it was the best way, क्योंकि कभी कभी मुझे बहुत सारी चीज़ें चाहिए होती थी, but now I'm realizing that's a me problem. Like I need a lot of things. I
Yeah, now
want the
also you want
want and
a,
the need is very different,
yes.
and that is of a child also. So I think you're doing a great job. There should be no mom guilt whatsoever. If you buy your child one toy a year or two a year or 10 a year, it should be fine. Because like with Ishan, तो he's so small, we don't keep any cap on उसको ये महीना ये खरीदा या ये वो बहुत छोटा है. But probably once he starts understanding that everything I lay a hand on, I'm gonna get, then probably the molding behavior will start coming. That's Sabrina's lookout, of course. But yeah, there's so many good questions. I feel bad ending this, but I think I've already capped on our time for today. So we will keep that all and more for season 2 of the Mummy Logic. I know all of y'all are really, really sad that it is ending. But we will be back, hopefully, even better, even bigger. Don't
Yes.
forget to share all the episodes so that all our episodes get a lot of love, and we'll be back.
Appreciation, yes,
Yes.
for all the hard work what we are putting in.
Yes.
Yes.
There's a lot
Sitting
of
for
hard work behind the
yes, sitting
podcast.
for
for
4 hours on this couch.
Oh God. There has a lot has gone behind the podcast. I would really like to thank our team, our production, our everybody who's been a part of this podcast from the beginning, because it's literally a team effort, and you all can see that in our vlogs, and we've just tried to create impact with the Mummy Logic. जब तक हम लोग नया सीजन डालते हैं, आप लोग ये सीजन को ढेर सारे shares दो, जिन्होंने भी नहीं सुना है वो सब सुने, and because the main motive behind the Mummy Logic is to be able to create an impact, and to be able to create a bigger impact, we need all your support so that we can come back even bigger, even better than what we already tried to be. Thank you so much for all the love. Mummy, you have two
Thank
parting
you.
words of wisdom.
Yes, thank you so much for all the love. Do share, do like, do subscribe. We love you.
Oh,